Hello, welcome to another video with me. My name is Melissa, and in this week's video, we are going to be continuing the conversation of a video I've done before, which is decorating your home based off of your moon sign. So this can be the entirety of your home. It could just be one room. It could be your home office. And in this case, we're going to be continuing this as a series using my moon sign as a case study. And I'm going to be decorating my home office based off of my moon sign, which is Cancer. A lot of people asked me in terms of that video I did, how should I approach decorating my home based off of my moon sign? There's so many ways to go about it. And I think the first thing that you should do, if this is a concept that you are interested in, is really get to know your moon sign. Your moon sign is who you are at your most vulnerable, who you are behind closed doors. And getting to know your moon sign in a way is, as cheesy as it sounds, is really getting to know yourself on a deeper level and incorporating elements of that feed into your moon sign and incorporating it into your safe haven that is your home. I feel like there are so many beneficial elements to that. What comforts you, what inspires you on a deeper level, and seeing that on a daily basis or having those elements being something that you come home to can make such a huge difference and can recharge your inner self on a level you may not have even thought of. There are so many different ways to go about this. You can take it in a very literal, symbolic approach, which is what I'm doing. Cancers are ruled by the moon, and I am literally taking that word for word. So one of the biggest pieces that I'm going to be showing you, my process and the painting time lapse of it, is this giant painting behind me that I'm working on, and it is heavily inspired by what it means to be a Cancer moon. It's going to have oceanic elements, it's going to have colors that remind me of being a Cancer moon, and it's of course going to incorporate the moon. But in addition to this painting, I want to incorporate other elements that feel very moon-like. So I found this artist, her name is BB Clays. I'm going to link her down below, but she does these beautiful moon textured ceramics. And this is a cup that some people thought was an ashtray, but I use it to hold my brushes and to hold like as a water cup whenever I do paintings. Let's say your moon sign is ruled by another planet. I know the moon's not really a planet, but let's say your moon sign is ruled by, let's say, Venus. Think about what it means to be ruled by Venus for you. You can take it in a very symbolic approach, how Venus is the planet of love. It's associated with Aphrodite. So maybe you can incorporate very romantic things into your home space. You can have literal statues or paintings of Venus, or you can think about the colors of Venus and incorporate those into your home somehow. Every moon sign or every sign of the zodiac is associated with different colors. There are different conflicting resources, so really take it with a grain of salt and just think about, do these colors remind you of your moon sign? For example, Scorpios are often associated with black, burgundies, and deep shades of purple. And even though you hear sometimes they're only associated with black or they're only associated with purple, I think those colors really do, in combination, make sense for Scorpios. Scorpios are often associated with themes of death, taboo topics, very mysterious elements, vampiric aesthetics, in my opinion, very dark and sultry looks. So thinking of Scorpio being associated with black, burgundies, and purples make a lot of sense for me. Another example is, so for me, Cancers, I hear so many different colors. I hear turquoise, I hear light greens, I hear light blues, I hear dark blues, and I can see that for all of them. I think I'm just going for an overall cool toned palette. Being Cancer is a water sign, so I really do think of colors that are associated with the ocean. So I do think of these cool toned oceanic color palettes and how they can be associated in my home. And also, taking your personal preference is a huge thing. Let's get started on this painting. So as I go through the time lapse of my entire process of painting my piece that is inspired by my Cancer moon, also I want to add that this giant painting is not only going to be inspired by my moon sign, which is the main emphasis for my office decor, but it's also going to be inspired by my Saturn return. I am going through my Saturn return right now. And as I go through this process, I'm going to be sharing a poll that I did on Instagram asking you guys, what is your moon sign and what is your dream furniture piece? Starting out with Aries. So this person said that they are an Aries Moon and their dream furniture piece is a window seat, so I can read while watching the world go by, which makes a lot of sense. I have mentioned before that Aries in general are very adventurous, and I feel like when it comes to this idea of a reading nook or a window seat for an Aries Moon, I feel like it has to be super comfy. The window has to be big enough. There actually has to be some sort of view of sorts, whether it's a forest on looking, a place that an Aries Moon plans on hiking one day, or something very dreamy. And then also I feel like they have to be surrounded by books. I feel like Aries Moon aren't just adventurous in physicality of what they do, but also in their mind and imagination. Next up, we have Taurus Moon. So this one was a fun one. So someone said, OMG, yes, Taurus Moon. I want a crescent moon shaped sectional or sofa. So I didn't even think about this being a sofa shape to begin with, and as I was looking into what crescent moon sofas look like, it makes a lot of sense, especially for a Taurus moon. So Taurus moons, they are an earthy sign. I feel like when it comes to earth signs in general, even in moon signs, they're very practical. They like things to have a function and purpose, and in a way this definitely does. It has a function as it is a large enough piece to entertain, and even it's also comfy. That's a big thing, but also it's very luxurious. It's not your just run-of-the-mill couch. And every Taurus moon that I know, including my partner, they like things to have a purpose. They don't like things to be purposeless in their home, but they also need it to be aesthetically pleasing and also very luxurious and very high quality. No one on my poll was a Gemini Moon, so I hope you don't mind, but I'm gonna step in and take a stab at what I think a Gemini Moon's dream furniture piece would be. And for me, I was thinking it would be one of those framed TVs. So just like earth signs, I feel like Geminis like things to have a purpose, but things to be aesthetically pleasing as well. I feel like Gemini placements in general are also natural entertainers. They tend to have a social life, whether it's big or small, and I feel like having a framed TV is a very great statement piece to have in their home, but it's also the perfect piece to have, especially if you're into entertaining. So that's why, and that's my thought process of what I feel like a dream piece would be for a Gemini Moon. For Cancer Moon on Instagram, someone mentioned that their dream furniture piece is a canopy bed surrounded by plants and candles. And then someone on TikTok also mentioned that they are a Cancer Moon and they long for an indoor hammock to specifically take naps in. And I am a Cancer Moon. I am doing this big painting as one of my dream furniture pieces. But addition to this painting, I also long for a super cozy velvet couch to put underneath this painting. So there's something about Cancer Moons just really valuing comfort and coziness and also taking naps. I feel like that's a big thing with Cancer. We are huge homebodies. So just like Gemini Moons, I didn't really have anyone on my Instagram poll mention what their dream furniture piece is, but I have got some context clues from my TikTok where people mentioned that as a Leo moon, they like dark academia meets mid-century. They like things that are Parisian, gold chandeliers, crown moldings, and not all Leos want things that are overstimulating and bright. So I have concluded a dream furniture piece for a Leo moon would be a remote control chandelier. Now hear me out. It's very luxurious. It has this Parisian look, but again, it's a remote control. It's dimmable and you can make it as bright or as romantic as you want it. And I feel like as Leos who are naturally entertainers as well, I feel like this would fit in their home and it could be as glam as they want or as modern as they want. So Virgo Moon on Instagram, I got the answer, a grand bed frame. Now, in my opinion, that was actually very generalized. So I actually took this a step further and was thinking what a Virgo Moon would like that could fit all aesthetics. And I was thinking a light up frame. So I feel like luxury or grand bed frames can take like so many routes, but I feel like a Virgo Moon would appreciate a light up bed frame. It is practical in a sense, but it just also looks so good. It really illuminates the room, it doesn't clutter it, and it also feels grand. It feels very luxurious, and I feel like this could fit in a variety of Virgo Moon's home. They can also take it like an economic route and just get RGB lights and put it underneath a bed frame of their choice, or they can go the extra step and actually buy a light up bed frame. I feel like either way, it would look so good in a home. So when it comes to Libra moons, someone mentioned that their dream is an indoor hammock or even a giant beanbag. And when it comes to Libra moons, I feel like they are the free spirits of the zodiac. And I feel like this is an appropriate answer because when they're thinking of a hammock on their balcony or inside their home, they're actually envisioning that they're mentally here, as a free spirit would say. I also found this very interesting. Someone on my TikTok mentioned that they are a Libra moon and half of their home is white upstairs and black decor downstairs. Very fitting, very balanced, and likes a little bit of everything. Okay, so for Scorpio Moon, this answer has it all. And I know it fits a lot of the stereotypes that a lot of people associate with Scorpios, but I don't think this is a bad thing at all. I've always associated with Scorpio aesthetic being very vampiric, very Victorian, and here we have the proof of it. So one, a gothic Victorian bed. I feel like if you want either a gothic or Victorian bed or even a combination of both aesthetics, I feel like the best way to go about this is actually finding one vintage, or if you're very lucky enough, inherit one. Very lucky. I also feel like you can get a bed frame of your choice and either get it custom made, which could definitely be expensive. So definitely the vintage route. A bay window, seating, very straightforward, but the fainting couch. So this one, very fitting of a Victorian dark aesthetic home. I feel like this is another piece that you'll have to find vintage if you want something great, but they do have a lot for sale. They are a bit on the pricey side, so this is definitely something that is an investment piece, but I think is so worth it and is such a statement piece in your home. Okay, so funny enough, for Sagittarius Moon, I not got only one, but two, and a third confirmation on TikTok saying that Sagittarius Moons like hanging chairs. And this makes a lot of sense. So one of the answers said that they want a swinging chair in their home so that they can do all 17 of their hobbies. And another person mentioned that they're just super comfy. They want the ones that are kind of big and you just overstuff it with pillows. And this makes a lot of sense. So I mentioned in my last moon sign home decor video that Lenny Kravitz is a Sagittarius moon, and a hanging chair inside for like lounging and overstuffing with pillows just seems such like a rock star thing to do. Okay, so for Capricorn moons, I got two different answers, but they still feel like in the same vein. I've mentioned before that when it comes to Capricorn placements, their aesthetics can be very vast and can go in so many different directions, but no matter what, Capricorn placements need something that has a function and a purpose, and there's nothing wrong with that. So one of the answers for Capricorn Moon was a conversation pit set inside the floor, and I love that. It's super luxurious, but there's also something very business-like about it. It's a very comfy way to interact with your guests, and I feel like it's also such a great way to have business meetings. And I'm pretty sure in the 70s, at the height of conversation pits, that's where business meetings were held. And then another Capricorn answer I got was a luxurious Murphy bed to utilize more space, especially when they're not sleeping. So I feel like this is Actually, a really good answer. Murphy beds get a lot of bad rep for being something that's not luxurious, but nowadays Murphy beds come in a variety of ways. I feel like a Murphy bed is also great if you live in a big city and you need to make the most out of your space, or if you want to make the most out of your guest room when you don't have guests. You have the bed, but it also doubles as a bookshelf, or just to get more space out of your home. So for the Aquarius answer, they have been dreaming of a big comfy chair. Very straightforward, very dreamy, and very appropriate for an Aquarius. I feel like big comfy chairs are kind of like this bite size of a cloud couch, in my opinion. And the big comfy chair that I immediately thought of was the one that Ellen V. Laura has in her master bedroom, where she meditates on it. She can sit crisscross applesauce on it, and it literally is a small version of the very trending cloud couch. And I don't really have much to say for this, except I don't blame any Aquarius moon that wants this. And last but not least, we have Pisces Moon. So I didn't have anyone answer this, but in my past video, when I did hold a poll, someone mentioned that as a Pisces Moon, they like the aesthetics of dark, dreamy, gothic homes. So what I feel like a Pisces Moon could really use is one of my paintings. I'm joking, kind of. But I was thinking a dream piece for a Pisces moon, very simple but very impactful, is one of these galaxy lamps. So I actually have one. They are great to take on vacation trips just to enhance your experience more, or even just add mood lighting into your home. They have ones that mimic the ocean, mimic the galaxy. It is one of the most affordable yet most impactful pieces to include in your home. If you watched this entire thing, thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed both my take on some astrology related home decor pieces as well as my painting process. This will definitely be a continuation of a series, but until next time, I hope you have a great week. Bye!